Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about how to prepare wood for your enclosures. And we're not just going to be talking about any old pest or wood. We're going to be talking about wood that you could get out back, you could get at the park, and how to prepare that wood and get it in your enclosures. Now, you know wood is pretty expensive to buy online if you're trying to get it for your vivariums or your enclosures. So this is a good way of going out, getting wood for free, and making it proper to put inside your enclosures. If you look up this topic online, you'll see a lot of recommendations to put it in the oven or to put it in this bleach water mix and soak it. This could take a while and it could be potentially dangerous for you and your lizards. So I went a different direction and I talked to Ty Park, who is a renowned breeder. He has a big operation down in Florida, and he's told me about putting just wood from around his property into his enclosures just after spraying it down with some nice water and letting it dry out in the sun. And that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to soak our, or spray down. We're just going to spray down our wood. We're going to put it in our enclosures after we let it dry out a little bit, and I think that should be fine. I think one thing we forget is that our reptiles are hardy creatures. They're built for the wild, even if they're captive bred, and they should be able to do fine with just some wood as long as it's not around chemicals or it's not covered in mites and stuff like that. So we're going to go to the park, we're going to pick out some wood pieces, and then we're going to do some basic preparation, put it in our enclosure. See you guys at the park. Alright guys, we're here at the park. We're going to be looking at getting some wood. Now what you want to stay away from, right, is you want to stay away from cedar, pine, and eucalyptus trees. Anything with sap on it you don't want to take, but just some regular trees that you would find like on your yard line or just by the park are usually pretty good. You probably don't want anything that's been kind of eroding or deteriorating for a while. So if you look here, you know, these are pretty wet. They're pretty broken up. You probably wouldn't want to grab something like this, but a tree like this, if you were to get some branches that weren't wet and sort of not that great looking, then that would be totally fine. Other than that though, having some bugs maybe mixed in with the wood or whatever is usually fine, especially if you're doing a bioactive enclosure. I wouldn't be too worried about it unless it's mites or something, because a lot of enclosures are wooden like mine, so obviously you don't want mites in there, and mites are probably good for your lizards or your reptiles. Otherwise though, like I said, just any typical tree along a river line or just at the park is probably going to be pretty fine. And you could pretty much identify the trees that you don't want because here it's winter. Obviously pine, cedar, they're still going to have leaves on them. They're also a lot more flimsy and easy to identify, so it shouldn't be too difficult for you to choose a good wood versus a bad wood. Alright, we're back guys. We're now going to hose down our pieces of wood. We're doing this inside because it's winter out, so if you have large pieces though, it's probably better to get a hose and just hose it down outside. We're just going to get all the dirt off real quick, and then we can let it dry out. So now we're just gonna smooth up our pieces of wood, make sure there's no pointy edges. Also, a lot of trees, especially if it's been wet and you did just wash it, is going to have some loose bark. I just peel that away until it starts getting harder to peel off, and then I just smooth it down with sandpaper. Thrall, you want to not eat the wood? Alright, so you can see I'm just peeling off some of this bark. If you don't want to be as messy as me, you could throw down a trash bag or something and throw everything on that. I'm just going to do this and then vacuum after. So they're not completely dry, and I do still want to put them out in the sun. I let them sit in my lizard room for a good hour, which is pretty hot. But I still want to take them outside and let them dry out in the sun. We're just getting some rain the next couple days. So I'm going to finish this up. Hey everyone, so you can see that we now have our wood outside in the sun. It is very windy out today, a little chilly, but we finally got some sun. So now I'm gonna let these out here for a couple hours, let them dry out a little bit, soak up the rays, and then we're gonna throw in my 2 Ackie Monitor enclosures, which I will be doing another video on. Main takeaways for this video is that getting wood from the outdoors instead of at a pet store is very cost effective. There's no problems with it. If a couple regular bugs get in your enclosure, that's fine. Bioactive enclosures are great for your reptiles. They help cycle the substrate, and they help clean up your reptiles' poop. You can hear Thrall over here crying. I guess it's too cold for him.
You want to come
when
inside?
doesn't he cry? But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope this helped you out, and I'll see you in the next video.